In this lesson, we're going to talk about adding and subtracting integers. Now, you might think, oh, I don't remember what that word means, integers. It just means whole numbers, any whole number. So it could be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it could also be negatives and zeros. So -1, -2, 0, 1,000, they're all integers. If it's a whole number, it's an integer. So we're going to be adding and subtracting them today. So how does it work? So yeah, as I said, integers, they're just any positive or negative whole number. We can't have fractions or decimals or special numbers like pi. Just all our whole numbers, they're integers. One way to help us think about these and to work out how to add and subtract them is to think about the number line. So you might recall seeing the number line before. Typically, we start with 0 in the middle, and then our numbers, as we go to the right, get larger and more positive, as in larger positive numbers. As you go to the left from 0, you have smaller negative numbers. And you can just imagine that going on forever and ever, just to bigger and bigger numbers to the right, smaller and smaller, more negative numbers to the left. So how do we do addition? If you already feel like you're pretty confident and you don't need to rely on the number line, that's okay. You can probably just start doing these things in your head. But if you do need the number line to help you, that's okay. Until you get up to speed with it, it can be a really useful tool. So I'm going to first show you how to do it with the number line, and then after that you can, I'll just show you how to do it without. So with this first example, let's have a look. So the way we do it is, so our first one is -1 plus 3. So we got a negative number plus a positive number. So what we do is, as we see here, first we go to the first number. So we're starting here on -1. And then we look at the second number. What we've got here is we've got a positive number. And so for positive numbers, we move right. We're adding a positive number. So we're moving to the right and we're moving right 3. So 1, 2, 3, and we end up here. So our final answer is positive 2. -1 plus -2. So again, we're going to start at our -1. We're going to start here again. But because it's a negative and we're adding it, we move to the left. So we go 1 to the left, 2 to the left, and we end up at here, -3. Hopefully that'll make a bit of sense. You've got a negative number and you're adding another negative number. So it should end up being more negative, like -3. Finally, we've got 3 plus -5. So if we start at 3, we always start at the first number. Here we are at 3. We're adding a negative number, so we're moving to the left. We've got to move 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you end up at -2. All right. So that is addition with our positive and negative numbers. If we want to subtract, it's the opposite. So before we were moving to the right with a positive, now we're subtracting, so we're moving to the left. And with subtracting a negative, it's the same as adding a positive, so we move right. I'll explain why that should be in a moment, but let's just have a go at some of these. So I will just grab these so we can draw on them. Here we are. So with these, maybe you're already feeling a bit confident. So one way to simplify it is if we've got two negatives next to each other, you think of it that the plus sign really is a negative sign with another line through it. So if you've got two minus signs, that's really the same as a plus sign. You're just kind of rotating one around. Could be an easy way to think about it. So we're going to rewrite these ones as addition where appropriate. So we've got -2 plus +3. So if you think about that with the number line, we're starting at -2 and we're moving 3 to the right. If you do that, where are you going to end up? Well, you go past 0 and you'll end up at +1. Hopefully that should make a bit of sense with your kind of gut feeling. You're starting at a negative number that's 2 and you're adding 3 to it. So you're actually going to end up in the positives, right? 3 is bigger than -2, so end up in the positives. Here we've got 2 take 5, 2 take plus 5. So we could just write that more simply as it's just 2 take 5. So you're starting at 2 and then you're going 5 to the left. So you're going to pass 0 and you're going to end up at -3. Finally, we've got -5 take -5. So to rewrite that as addition, we've got two negatives next to each other, a minus and a negative. So we've got minus 5 plus 5. And this one comes out to be, what does it come out to be? Well, minus 5 plus 5. So you're starting at minus 5, adding 5. So you're going 5 to the right, and you end up at 0. All right. So just a bit of kind of explanation as to why this works or how it works. A nice way to think about it is the idea of a hot air balloon. If you think about adding a positive number, that would be like with your hot air balloon, adding hot air. And if you think about that, you're going to increase the height of your hot air balloon. Likewise, if you add a negative number, that would be like adding sandbags, something that's going to pull you down, right? Negative number, pull you down, pull you towards the negatives. So adding a sandbag, you're going to decrease in height. By comparison, if you subtract a positive number, that's like subtracting puffs of hot air. So you think maybe releasing hot air. So that's also going to result in decreasing in height, you falling, right? And if you subtract a negative number, it'd be like subtracting a sandbag, maybe cutting one off. And that's going to end up with you increasing in height. So if you take away something that's negative, you're really just adding, aren't you? You're really just making yourself go up. So hopefully that makes it all make sense. And I hope this video has been useful for you. Thanks for watching.